your hands together. She's a really funny girl. Her name is Madeline O'Malley.
Hey, how are you? Good, thanks, hi. So I get kind of nervous when I'm writing sets because you never know how old the crowd is going to be, but thank you for being old like me, I appreciate it. So I can ask you with confidence, any parents in the house tonight? All right, being a parent is different, right? It's fun, like it kind of sucks sometimes, but it's pretty fun. Anybody have teenagers? She looks at me like, yeah, I do. I do too, so I can feel it. I have 2 teenage daughters. So if you're raising a teenager, or if you've already raised a teenager, I'm sure, you know, so pat yourselves on the back, you're doing like a really fucking hard job, right? And teenagers are funny because it's like, it's amazing how you can go from being like the smartest person they know to the dumbest person they know, all within a period of like 2 hours, right? So my daughter will say something to me like, Mom, I don't know what to do. I have to make up a geometry test, but the only time I can do it is during biology. And I'll be like, oh, you should just talk to your biology teacher. And she's like, Mom, I can't do that. I can just talk to my biology teacher. God, Mom. And I'm like, yeah, what do I know? Because guess what I am? I'm a high school teacher. So you think I would know something, but not enough for my daughter. But then she'll come home. She can like ask anybody else, like a friend, like the conductor on the metro, literally anybody. And they'll give her the exact same advice as me. And then she'll come home and she'll be like, oh, don't worry, I talked to my biology teacher because Tom at Chipotle told me to do it when he was scooping my side of guacamole. Tom is so smart. Tom is smart, I am dumb. But then we'll turn around and like, I'll be folding laundry on the couch and my daughter will be like, hey Mom, if X equals 2 and Y equals 5, when will X squared minus 2Y exceed the value? I'm like, what? She's like, Mom, you used to teach algebra trig. You don't even know this? And I'm like, no, yeah, I used to teach algebra trig with like a calculator and like a dry erase marker and like a whiteboard. It's a lot easier, like a teacher's edition of a textbook. It's a lot easier to teach algebra that way, not just like out loud, like a psycho. Like you can just do math out loud. And so like I'm impressed, like I'm flattered that my children like think I will know how the Mongols protected the Silk Road just by like recall, or like the difference between a bulk reducing and bulk gaining industry. Do you guys know what that means? I do, because I have teenagers. I learned it last night though, so don't be too impressed. So yeah, they just think I just know these things. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, so my kids are like, I got some pretty smart kids, which is funny. Like, you know, they both, they'll be like, I had 6 kids in the basement, let's say a couple weeks ago, and they all like went to gifted schools and go to pretty hard to get into high schools in Chicago, and no one knew how to order a pizza. Like there were 7 kids, and everyone's like, oh, how do you order a pizza? I'm like, so yeah, so like they can do calculus, but they're gonna starve to death, so whatever. So, you know. But yeah, so kids are pretty expensive, right? I remember when my kids were young, and I was thinking like, God, kids in daycare are the worst, like it's so much money. And in case you don't know how much it is, it's $1,000 per kid per month. And this was 15 years ago. So I can only imagine what it is now. So I remember when my kids were in daycare, I was like, I can't wait till my kids are out of daycare and I'll have money. And this is like early in my career when I wasn't making very much money, so it was like really expensive. And then like one kid comes out of daycare and you're only paying for one. One's in school, one's in daycare, and you're like, sweet. And then the second kid comes out of daycare and they're in school, and you're ready for all this money, but guess what? You never have any more money. And like, I don't know how it works, but apparently there's a thing called the wallet years. Have you guys ever heard of this? Okay, so the wallet years are what I'm in right now. And if you have kids that are like 6th grade through like 20, I don't know, college, I guess is really the wallet years. Basically, like all you are is a wallet. Like I exist, and it's like real, I read an article about it, I'm not making it up. So basically I just exist to like buy groceries, drive people around, do laundry, and pay for stuff. That's basically my role in life. So when you're little, it's like, you know, kids go get, like, nothing's that expensive. Daycare, but nothing else is expensive. But when you have teenagers, it's like every time they turn around, they need $100 for something. Like everything is $100. Everything. And that adds up when you have 2 of them and they need it like every day. So I have no money. But it's cool, you know. So kids, you know, are pretty expensive, but I have to tell you, and this is not going to be a popular opinion, so I apologize, but nothing is more expensive than a husband. It's true. So I was married, now I'm divorced. Anyone else married here? No one's married. You guys have kids, you sluts. Okay, you're married? How long have you been married? I'm sorry?
20 years.
Who said 20 years? Oh, 20 years. You can murder somebody and be done with that before 20 years. Like just throwing it out there. So only that girl back there is married. Okay, how long have you been married? Is that your husband back there? He's pointing at you like, raise your fucking hand. You're married. She's trying to find lots of young guys back there. She might be single. Anyway, so husbands are pretty expensive, and here's why. Like, when I got married, I was 24, so I was a child. And like, I didn't think I was a child because like I had a Toyota Echo and a bachelor's degree and health insurance. And I was making $24,000 a year, which seemed like actually a lot of money. Because before that I was like making $8,000 a year, so it's huge. So, so it's like, you don't have any money and you pay your bills and you pay your daycare and you pay everything else, and then you'll think like, okay, so I'm sorry, you can't, joint bank accounts, that was where I'm going with this, I'm sorry. So joint bank accounts are what makes being married awful, in my opinion, one of the couple of reasons. But joint bank accounts are something I would never do again. I learned my lesson. And it's not because I want to just like hide from hubby how much I spent on shoes last month. It's because like men are under no circumstances to be trusted with money. And I'm sorry, guys, but it's true. Like, so I had no money, and I would remember like paying all the bills and being like, we have $150 left till our next paycheck. But we can do this, we just have to, take it easy, it's $150. And this isn't something that I would like think to myself, this is something that I would like say out loud to my adult husband. I would be like, we have $150. So the thing is like, husbands and money is like, you can go to the grocery store and spend $200, and then they'll come home and they will have spent $50, and they will have nothing with them. You're like, did you just give them $50 and bring home an empty bag? Or husbands will be like, oh, I didn't know if my suit fit, and since we have that wedding next week, I just bought a new one. And you're like, okay. But it's really great when you have $150 and you tell your husband, we have 4 days until we get paid again. And he knows how that works. He knows there's $150. No more money is coming in for 4 days. Then we'll be okay, so take it easy. So what does he do? He buys a Harley Davidson, obviously. Anyway, that's it. Thanks guys for coming out. I hope you had a good time.